my beautiful lovelies. Hello, it's Emmy. Welcome back to my car. Today I'm partnering with Panda Express to have my very first taste of Panda Express. It might be hard for you guys to believe that I've never had this before, but growing up as a Chinese American, when we went out to eat, it was usually for hamburgers and pizza. So I'm excited to taste these things. I've asked many of you on social media what you guys recommend, so I picked some of those as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So in this container is the 3 entree meal. Here it is. And that is a lot of food. I've got the chow mein for the side, and then I've got the honey walnut shrimp and the wok seared steak and shrimp. So that's only 2 entrees. And then I got the orange chicken on the side. She asked if I wanted it separate, and I said, you know, it might be a good idea to put that separate. So that is the orange chicken here. So according to you guys on social media, orange chicken was by far the most recommended. And while I was standing in line choosing my items, this one was the most requested as well. So let's give that one a taste first. So I also got a side of white rice as well. So the orange chicken looks like it might be spicy. It has a little bit of chili flake that I can see. And it looks to be battered and then coated with a glaze. Smells great. It smells kind of vinegary. All right, let's have it together with the rice. Here we go. Mmm. That's good. The sauce is sweet, kind of like a Thai sweet chicken sauce. If you ever had that bottle of Thai sweet chili sauce, it's kind of similar to that. It's significantly sweet, but there's some acidity in there as well. There's a little bit of tangy vinegar in this. I'm trying to taste a little bit of orange flavor, and just a little speck of heat. Not much heat at all. So if you are averse to heat, I still say try this because it's not very spicy. If you're sensitive to heat, maybe you'll pick it up, but for me, it's really subtle, the heat. The chicken is tender, succulent. Looks like this piece is a dark piece, which I appreciate. I am definitely a dark meat fan. And the batter has a little bit of chew to it, slight crunch, but has definitely soaked up all that orange glaze. Good, I like that. So the chow mein looks to be composed of noodles and cabbage. And this is a side dish. Look how huge this is. Not exactly graceful there. So I taste a little bit of sweetness, definitely some soy sauce, and surprisingly, and kind of interestingly, I taste a little bit of celery in there as well. I don't see it, but I definitely can taste it. No meat, and that's not surprising because this is considered a side dish, and your meat is found in your entrees. That's your basic chow mein. Let's have some of this. So this is the wok seared steak and shrimp. Here are the big chunks of steak and shrimp in here as well. Very generously sized shrimp. And what else is in there? It looks like there's some onion, and is this potato? I think that might be potato. Some red bell pepper and sugar snap peas. All right, let's try a little bit of this steak. All right, here we go. That is surprisingly tender, like way tender. There's no chewiness to that at all. I definitely taste some sweetness and some black bean paste in there as well. You get that nice kind of earthy fermented black bean flavor. That's nice and salty. Let's try the shrimp now. I definitely like it with the white rice. There's just something very familiar about white rice with a dish like this. And the shrimp are perfectly cooked. And I actually watched the chefs while I was waiting in line, and they actually use a wok to actually cook these, which I thought was great. And it's not overcooked. Shrimp is super easy to overcook, and it's just a travesty when it's done that way. All right, let's try some of the vegetables. I think this is potato. It is. It's like a steak fried potato coated in this kind of black bean sweet sauce. Interesting. Let's try it with a little bit of sugar snap pea. I love sugar snap peas. And just for that reason, there's a nice big crunch to it. They're not overcooked, like that. Next, let's try the honey walnut shrimp, and I got this for my brother. My brother loves this dish. This looks a little bit different than what I remember growing up having as a kid. What we had was more of a condensed milk. It was kind of a creamier sauce I was looking outside. I actually don't really know exactly what they put. I think it was like mayo and condensed milk. It sounds heinous, but it's not. But it goes by the same name, honey walnut shrimp. So let's try Panda's version. So these shrimp have been battered and then tossed in a sweet honey sauce, which is delicious. It actually goes really well with the fried coating on the outside. Let's have it with some of the walnuts. That's my favorite part. So this style of honey walnut shrimp is a little bit different than what I remember having as a kid. The batter on this is much thicker and kind of spongier on the outside, but the walnuts are very familiar, candied and crisp and roasted, and go really, really well with the texture of the shrimp and the flavors of the sweet honey sauce. Nice. So that was my 3-piece entree with the side of chow mein and a side of white rice. But I'm not finished. I also got a 2 entree plate so I could try this. Now here I've got the fried rice, and I've got the string bean chicken and the chicken teriyaki. I also got the teriyaki sauce on the side. All right, let's try the fried rice first. All right, here we go. The rice is a little bit firm. It tastes mostly of soy sauce, a little bit of sesame sauce, and you got some vegetables in here. Again, no meat because you're having it with the entree. Let's try the chicken teriyaki next. This is a very generous portion. There's a little bit of garlic, definitely taste some soy, and definitely some sugar in there, and some caramelized bits in there as well. Let's try it with the sauce. I could dip it in there. Whoa, I dipped it way too much. All right, here we go. And that gives it an extra sweetness. Just dunking in there gives an extra sweetness. And in combination with rice, I think that would be a great accompaniment because you've got that sauce to kind of moisten everything up. All right, let's try this next. This is the chicken and string beans. This actually tastes pretty familiar. This actually tastes very similar to a stir fry that you would get at a Chinese restaurant. It has a shiny glaze to it, and it has a vegetable mixed with the chicken. And the vegetables are not overcooked, which I appreciate. And for my taste, I definitely prefer having the entrees with the white rice as opposed to the fried rice. I feel like there's just too much of a clash of flavors going on, and you really get to appreciate the flavors of the entree better when you have a kind of blank canvas of the white rice. Also, this is what I grew up eating. We always had everything with white rice, so having it with fried rice just seems a little bit strange, but that just might be me. Alrighty, I also got a side of these because this was probably the second most recommended thing. These are the cream cheese Rangoon. So relatively recently I had my very first taste of crab Rangoon, and Rangoon is actually the capital of the country Myanmar, formerly known as Burma, and actually the capital now is known as Yangon, but it was called Rangoon when the country was known as Burma. And my parents were actually born there, and I can pretty much guarantee that my parents have never eaten a crab Rangoon before. So I'm pretty sure cream cheese Rangoon and crab Rangoon have nothing to do with Rangoon or Yangon or Burma or Myanmar. It'd be interesting to see what the etymology is. But these are beautiful little dumplings that have been fried, and it looks like a wonton wrapper, and inside there's some cream cheese. How do you eat this? All right, let's give that a go. So the outside of the cream cheese Rangoon is a deep fried wonton wrapper. So it has kind of a deep fried flour tortilla flavor. But the interior, of course, is completely different. It is a mixture of cream cheese with some green onion, I believe. So it tastes more like a dip. I like the crunchy textures that are going on, but the cheesy filling in the middle, not my favorite. And finally, they gave me one of these. And this, of course, is a fortune cookie. The fortune cookies were actually invented in the US. There's nothing Chinese about this, although I'm sure they've adopted these in China at this point. Dun dun dun. Alrighty, so my fortune says, without you in it, the world would be a less friendly place. Aw, thanks, Panda Express. That's really sweet. And it's exactly how I remember. Light, crisp, crunchy, just a little bit of sweetness, touch of vanilla. Perfect way to end this meal, I would say. Alrighty, so my final thoughts on my first taste of Panda Express. It's great. It's not authentic Chinese food, and it's not trying to be. It's authentic American Chinese food, and millions of people love it for good reason. Thanks so much, Panda Express, for sponsoring this video and for supporting my channel and allowing me to make better content for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope you guys learned something. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite American Chinese food is. And yeah, follow me on social media, share this video with your friends, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo. Take care. Bye!